Today, I would like to discuss the 7 mistakes fashion brand startup make and how to avoid them. Now, let's take a look at the 7 common mistakes. So, mistake number 4 is you not having a defined target customer. So, for your fashion brand, I know that sometimes I get asked this question sometimes. People will say, why would I have to sell to a small group of people? Wouldn't it be better if I sell to everybody? I always tell them no, because with so many existing fashion brand, you want to stick out. You want to offer something unique to a specific target customers, so that when you know who your target customers is, you can speak their language. You can design for their taste, and you can even have a chance of successfully selling your products to this group of people, because you figured out who what their pain point is. So figuring out your target customer is key. And as you grow your fashion brand, as your fashion brand grows, you can keep readjusting your target customers. And even in some cases, some people you think that are your target audience might not actually be your ideal audience. And that is why having a defined target audience or customers help you know who your fashion business is serving. So another reason why it's great to define your target customers is that once you know who you are targeting or who your customer is, there's a way your brain and your mind start working together to alert you whenever you come in contact with these ideal people. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's move on to mistake number 5. The mistake number 5 that I see a lot of fashion brand make is that they try too much too soon. As a fashion business, please, I beg you, don't try too much too soon. And what I mean by that is this: I see a lot of fashion entrepreneurs wanting to launch a full collection, and they start comparing themselves with established fashion enterprise that has a lot of team already in place to do all the work. I want you to think about all that goes into creating a fashion product, as in one product. Just think about it. You would see that not only do you have to design it, you have to make patterns or tech packs, then you have to find the right materials, you have to find a skill manufacturer or garment production factory, or you even have to make it yourself. And after that, then you have to nail the fit, check and see if it's okay according to your fashion brand standard. Then when you're done with that, you now go into marketing and then selling it. And looking at this process just alone, it's a lot. So when you focus your time and energy and spend it on these different aspects, it becomes too thin. So here is what I usually advise my client to do in order to help ease their journey into making your collection. I usually advise my clients, give yourself some space. Now, here's what I mean. I want you to focus your time, your energy, and even your money and resources on creating few great products that customers, we want to buy, and then you can now expand from there. It's usually called the lean startup approach. So what that means is that you make clothes that people are already waiting to purchase from you, because I don't want you to make tons of products and then having them sit on the shelf in your in your wardrobe or in your warehouse, and then you have to now be forced to put sales on them just because you want to get rid of them. That is not a great strategy. So space yourself, to fix this. Give yourself space, plan your collection 3 months ahead, so that you can sell into seasons, or you can sell into what we call production plan. So what that means basically is that you plan your fall collection as spring, or you plan your promotional collection months earlier. And I hope this makes sense, but feel free, if you have questions concerning this, feel free to send me your questions, and I'll be glad to explain them to you. Okay. Mistake number 6 is waiting with the marketing till after your product is launched. This mistake is extremely common and very hurtful for fashion brand, and that's because many things, whether direct or indirect, are competing for your customers' purse. And so starting your marketing earlier is how you build up anticipation and get future customers excited about coming products. Okay, so there's this analogy Trisha Bees gave, and I really like it, so I'm going to use it to explain the point I'm trying to make. You see, your product is like a food you have in mind to cook, and the all the preparation you need to do in order to create that food is what your marketing plan or your marketing is all about. You don't just, let's assume you want to cook jollof rice. You don't just take the tomatoes and dump it into the pot and then pour the rice on, and you prep your cooking. You slice your onions, you slice your tomato, or you blend them, or whatever system you use. You fry the oil, you understand. So that's the same way I want you to carry your customers along in your product launch, because when you get them on board with your fashion brand and your mission, then they are ready to buy from you, because you've already whet their appetites and you've given them anticipation to your product, so that they are looking forward to it. If you wait to build a tribe till after your product is launched, when your product hit the market, you will have zero customers, and that is not a good strategy. So to address this mistake, know your customer buying process and interact with them at each stage. So what I mean is that every customers go through a journey or a process before they buy from you, and there are 3 stages customer go through before they buy from you. I want you to interact with them at all the 3 stages. So there's the before stage, which is where they are aware of your product, and most of the time we refer to this stage as prospect. We refer to them at this stage as prospect. So at this stage, they are making inquiry, they are interested in your product, they are aware about it. Now that's stage 1. So after they are more aware about it, they move to the next stage. This stage is called during stage, and this is the stage where they are deciding if they should buy from you or not. So at this stage, we refer to your customers as leads. Follow up on them, address their concern, address their hesitation, and make sure that at this stage you also interact with them, and make sure you meet them as a place of benefit, explaining to them the benefit of your product, not the future. If you check the courses we've done before, I've explained the difference to you. Make sure you interact with them and explain to them the benefit of them using your product. Now the last stage where of a customer journey is called the after stage. This is where they actually buy your product, and at this stage they are now customers. And this is where you can now interact with them through your customer experience, so that they can give you more referrals. So to make sure that you're making sales, you want to ensure that you always interact with your customers at each of these stages. That is the before stage, during stage, and after stage. So as a fashion brand, I want you to think of each of these stages and determine how you want to interact with your potential customers on each level. And once you have determined that, this becomes your marketing plan. And that's because I've discovered that what works for brand A, fashion brand A, might not work for fashion brand B. So you need to know your own marketing plan and know how you interact with your customers in each of their buying process. And I usually advise clients to stick with a marketing plan for at least 3 months or 90 days before you can decide if it's working or it's not effective or not. And in the course of our interaction together, I might actually maybe create a lesson on how to design a marketing plan for your fashion brand. I'm not even sure if anybody's going to be interested, but if you're interested in knowing how to design a marketing plan for your fashion brand, just send me an email and I would create a lesson on that. Moving on to the final mistake. The final mistake I see that a lot of fashion startup have is that they don't have a unique point of view. I'm going to use some questions to help explain this better. Now, what is the unique point of view or unique offer that you are bringing to the market? In other words, what unique product will you create that doesn't exist out there? And when I say unique product, it doesn't have to be something something special or out of the blue. It could be a special product offer, or it could be a way you are running your business that only you can offer, because there are so many brands out there with fantastic products. So you need to be able to tell your customers why they should buy from you instead of your competitors. To help address this mistake, I want you to ask yourself this question and think about it, because the answer will guide you in the right direction. So always ask yourself, why should customer buy from me instead of my competitor? And if you can figure that out, you can now weave that into your brand messages, your advertising, and how you talk about your fashion products. Okay, so there you have it, the 7 mistakes fashion brand make and how to avoid them. And I know you might have a lot of questions when you listen to this, so feel free to send me an email at fashion@24thbanding.com, fashion@24thbanding.com, and I would be glad to address your questions or your concerns. And you are interested in working with me, also shoot me an email. Let's work one-on-one on your fashion brand. Thank you so much for taking time to listen. See you next week. Bye for now.